As you can tell by the title of the video, the biggest question I get, like the all-time biggest, the most frequently asked questions I get is, how much does a hotshot driver make? And this includes owner-ops and drivers if you're driving for a company. And I'm gonna try to shoot this in one take and try to be as explanational as I can be and to give out the most information. If you like how I explained it, leave a like, comment. If you don't like something, comment that. Comment also and be like, hey, you know, maybe you can improve this, improve that. So, question I get is, how much will you make as a driver? Just to give you in the beginning, just to give you an average about how much, so you don't have to go, if you're looking for a specific number, you don't have to sit through the whole video and wait for that number. I'll give you the number, but I hope you stay for me to explain to you the potential and how you could improve and what ties into this. So the number would be about, I would say, as a driver, this is not owner op, this is if you're working for a company getting paid. I had to put a seatbelt on, I forget, it's a bad habit. If on average you're getting paid about 40% as a driver on a hotshot, you're making from 2 weeks, and this is talking about going long haul, like cross country, you're making about 20, I would say $3,000 in 2 weeks. And this is going for good rates, better rates, average. If you're going for a little worse, you might be like 2,700. If you're doing better, it could be a little more. If you're doing how in our company we do a lot of our trucks, they do a lot of local runs between Spokane, Seattle, Portland, super close runs, meaning within the 1,000-mile radius. You're making about, I'd say, in a month, 4 weeks, and this is being home a lot. This is being home on the weekends. This is being home Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday, Friday, or one day out of a work week, or 2 days. You're making about $4,000 a month, so about $2,000 in 2 weeks pay period. But if you're going long haul, and yeah, so those are okay. Those are the numbers. If you're here for the numbers, there you go. Now hear me out. This is drivers that hustle. The drivers that make this money are the drivers that hustle. You hear a lot of drivers saying, oh, my dispatcher is crappy, I get crappy loads, or just complaining. Drivers talk to each other and they make up these stories and numbers that, like, nobody heard of them, and then they go on bashing the dispatcher and this and that. Anyway, I'm a dispatcher myself. I have trucks. I don't favor trucks or drivers 95% of the time, I'll say, even more. I do not favor trucks or drivers, but one driver will make a lot more than a different driver that drove the same amount of time about the same amount of miles. Let me tell you how. If I get your load that's about 15 feet, 5,000 pounds, and obviously you could spread out any load, but if you compact it, if you stack it, move it around, you can make some room. I had one time a driver, he loaded a pipe that 4-inch wide, and there's 2 of them, and they're 30 feet long, so basically it takes up the whole trailer. But keep in mind, this is 4-inch pipe, and there's 2 of them. And I texted him. I was like, how much room do you got left? He's like, oh, I'm all loaded. And I was like, what the heck, you know? Like, when I was booking the load, it was supposed to be a tiny load. I mean, under 1,000 pounds. And he's like, yeah, I got a full load. I was like, okay, send me a picture. So he sent me a picture, literally two pieces of pipe on the trailer. And let's say if I didn't ask him, I took his word for it, he would be doing only $1.50 a mile, you know? He told me that. I was like, I got him 2 more partials. He was doing well over $2.50 a mile for that run, you know? So it's like, yeah, there is bad dispatchers. There's dispatchers that they don't do their job, and yeah. But to me, it's all about teamwork. There can be a good dispatcher and a bad driver, and then expect miracle loads. At the same time, you can't have a bad dispatcher and a good driver and miracle loads. You know, it has to be a teamwork, and that's what I believe. That's why I watch truckers on YouTube, and they're like, oh, my dispatcher's pissing me off, or my dispatcher doesn't like me, or he doesn't know how to load me, or, you know, whatever. And there's a car trying to pass me. And I know there are some bad dispatchers out there, you know, different situations, whatever. Mostly they're complaining about stupid stuff. But the drivers sometimes don't check themselves. Like, am I doing the 100%? Am I loading my truck correctly? Am I leaving room for partials? Am I driving all my hours throughout the day, not wasting time? Am I, you know what I mean? Like, that's what a driver should be doing. And as a dispatcher, that's what I do. I always check myself. I always check, hey, am I doing this for my full potential? Am I loading these trucks good? You know, if this driver has 5 feet available, I'm itching to book him another load. You know, I'm itching. He has any room left. I want to book him. You know, it doesn't work out 100% of the time. You know, sometimes he has 20 feet available, and he's just in such a bad area where you just can't get nothing at all. Like, there's nothing you get. There's no cars. There's no partials. You know, so, you know, there's different situations. But I'm talking about majority of the time, there is always loads. You could always find a load if you really wanted to, you know, or piece something together, you know, reroute him, you know. So that what ties into making good money. You know, if you're a bad driver, which I feel like most of the people that are watching this right now are people that want to drive hotshot trucking, and this kind of goes for all trucking, not just hotshot. But anyways, mostly people are just trying to become hotshot. Don't think that it's going to be easy. You're going to sit down in the truck, you're going to drive, like the people that explain to you on the internet or people you talk to. You're going to drive, you're going to relax, and you're going to be cashing in just into your pocket, just cash. And you're going to be living, you know, up on the mountain high, you know. Like, no, you got to hustle. You got to use your brain. You got to figure stuff out. And as an owner-op, this I'm talking about as a driver and an owner-op, but as an owner-op, a lot of owner-ops, they pick and choose their loads. And they make, some owner-ops I heard, they make less than drivers. And I'm like, how is that even possible, you know? And what they do is they sit there like, oh, they don't trust their dispatcher. At the end of the day, it comes out to not trusting the dispatcher. They sit there and they look at the load and like, yeah, I don't like it. Coming from me, if I offer owner-op a load, he knows, he's supposed to know, and I explain to them that this is the best thing I found so far. And if you're sitting for an hour, that's you know, whatever. Even though it depends. If there's a lot of loads getting posted, then that's one thing. But if there's no load getting posted and this is the best, you came up $1 a mile, you better grab it and go. For $1 a mile, there's a phrase my my boss told me. It goes like, $1 a mile is better than no dollar. So either you're making money or you're losing money. For $1 a mile on a Hotshot, you're still making money. So for you to think that $1 a mile you're not making money, you are still making money. So if a dispatcher offers you $1 a mile and you're in a bad area, you bet your ass you better grab that $1 a mile and just go. And don't be picky. That's how, this is not even a secret. This shouldn't be a secret. But you talk to drivers and you talk to owner ops, and a lot of them don't understand this concept. They don't understand that sitting and being picky and choosy ain't gonna get them nowhere. That's all. All they're gonna do at the end of the day is complain that their dispatcher sucks, that they can't get good loads, that it's just, you know, I don't know. It's teamwork. At the end of the day, a good dispatcher and a good driver, I mean, miracles happen, you know, and that's how it's supposed to be. And you can make the numbers I said in the beginning, you can make more than that. That's me just kind of lowballing it, you know. You can make more than that if you use your brain as a driver, and if my ears pop, and if you use your brain as a dispatcher, everybody's making money. Dispatcher, driver, and that's it. And a lot of truckers, they say, is like, oh, my driver is young, he doesn't understand. In a lot of cases that is true, but just because a dispatcher is young doesn't mean he doesn't know anything. I am young, and I feel like a lot of stuff I don't know, I'm still learning along the way. Every day you're learning, every day I'm learning every day. So at the end of the day, it comes down to you yourself, you know, how good of a job you do. And if your driver's kind of slacking, every driver thinks the dispatcher is slacking, but if you for sure know that he's slacking, give him a little boost. Don't be annoying, don't harass him, just be like, hey, you know, like, check in with him, text him, be like, hey, how are the loads doing? Even though that's super annoying to me, but if your driver's slacking, you know, do that, but be nice, you know. And just like I tell other dispatchers, I like, be nice to your driver. He pays for your paycheck, you know, but you also provide him with his paycheck, so it goes both ways. This is kind of uncut video, but I hope I got my point across. I hope I wasn't repeating myself too much, so excuse me if I'm not that good on camera yet, but yeah, let me know if you got any more questions. If you liked the video, comment. If you didn't like it, comment, tell me what you didn't like, you know. All right, well, I'll catch you guys on the next one.